Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are Autosave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we are watching Season 1, Episode 9 of Attack on Titan.
Yep. Here we are.
I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to say. How am I, how am I supposed to open this video?
I know, especially after last episode. How do we even go from here? I almost don't even want to talk about it because I just want to get right into this episode.
Well, Eren came out of a Titan.
Yep.
He was birthed for the second time, I guess.
In his life.
I'm so confused.
It was a beautiful
man.
moment. What a proud moment.
I just have this image of him like hugging onto the spine of this thing, and then it's flesh stuck to him and then pulling his hand.
Yeah.
Ugh. Thinking about it though right now, we saw the fighting stance that the Titan that he was in was, squaring up with, right? So that would lead me to assume that he had some control in there.
Right. Because as soon as you watched that scene, you brought up that was Annie's fighting stance.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a few things that this Titan did that only Eren would have thought to do.
So if Eren wakes up, if he was conscious and he was controlling the Titan, then he should be able to remember what happened, right? I would think.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily a has to remember based on it, because it could be a whole subconscious experience. His body and mind are overrun by being inside a Titan, that he isn't actually able to remember anything. I could see it just being a huge traumatic experience, maybe, that he even couldn't remember because of that. If he even wakes up.
Well, if he wakes up, yeah,
he has a heartbeat. So.
Yeah, he regrew limbs.
That too.
That's weird.
But I mean, how does that work? We know that the Titans have this kind of regeneration.
Except him, he didn't. He didn't have that.
Except the Titan he was inside. But isn't that crazy that the Titan he was inside couldn't, but he could inside that Titan? I don't understand it.
The only thing that would make sense to me is all this genetic DNA, instead of me regenerating the Titan, I'm gonna use that power to regenerate Eren kind of thing. But that's weird, and that doesn't really make sense, and nothing makes sense to me.
And then there was that cannibalism aspect. Obviously this seemingly was the first instance any of them had learned of possible cannibalism among Titans. So I think we said at the very end of the last video, when we were trying to speculate of why there would have been cannibalism, we were maybe they were cannibalizing him because he was against them and not doing the same kind of mission they were of bloodlust and killing humans. So it was more you don't fit in with us kind of cannibalism, or maybe he tastes different.
I don't know if Eren was reported as dead to his to the superiors.
I feel like everything happened too quickly for that to even happen.
I'm pretty
no one really knew, because Armin hadn't told anyone, remember?
I think it was assumed.
Yeah, I guess it was assumed, but I don't know if that was told to any superiors, because I didn't see any superiors among them,
Yeah.
Coming in to check on them. It seemed like which is kind of silly to me that the people that we saw throughout the whole last couple episodes fighting, I mean, there were obviously definitely some more experienced groups that were going out, and we were learning after that they had perished. But it was just crazy to me that we were seeing all of these young people, and this is really their first fight. And they're all basically, alone with each other. And I'm that's terrifying.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready to get into it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
We've gotten this kind of intro for the past, 3 episodes.
I think since, the battle started, in the title.
Is this, part 5 of the battle? I didn't check the title.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad they're giving that introduction a few more times, because I felt at the beginning of the show, for the first maybe, 3-4 episodes, I was kind of wait, what were the walls' names? What is the situation of how they live, you know?
Yeah.
What's the wall's structure like? Because it was kind of confusing to me how the walls were working in terms of like when the Titans were attacking. And to even learn that they were these little like semicircle off of the walls that really the humans were almost just kept in is like, wasn't that to like get the Titans to go towards those areas
I think so.
specifically?
Where the left arm went.
巨人の襲撃を受けたトロスト区で
It was his left arm and right leg, I think.
彼らはその朝壁外調査に出発した。
Okay, so
That morning.
yeah, literally that morning. That timing, weird.
That was episode 4, I think.
みんなの羨望の眼差しも過去を知れば幻滅するだろうね。
That wasn't in episode 4, was it?
No, I think they added an extra little scene. Which makes me think maybe they're arriving back.
たちが
What's the emblem on the door of?
貴公子なんかいたりしたらもう最高なんだけどな。
Why?
ここに一匹いるがな。
どこ？
ここだ。
Why is she trying to, like, see that?
そしてこの任務を託される調査兵団は人類の英知の結晶である。一部の才覚によって生存率が飛躍的に向上したが、巨人の領域への派兵には毎回3割を超す損害が伴う。
Over 30%.
He's still alive. So have they just arrived back from their survey mission?
右に行った。
That or they're somewhere else, right?
ペトラ、お前は下の兵士を
Petra
解放しろ。俺は左を片付ける。
Levi. So they look up to this dude. That's the chick who wants to see the abnormal one.
大丈夫だよ。お前を痛い目に遭わせたりしないから。
But it's your job.
惜しい。今度はこっちだ。
She's a maniac, dude. Oh my god.
I feel like Sasha and her will get along.
Whoa, the blood on them disappears when it dies. This song is nuts.
面白い面し
Look at the gaunt eyes on that back one. Whoa.
Whoa.
They're taking chunks out. Like, they're literally...
おとなしくしてろ。
I don't think we've seen them react to getting hurt like that. Did he just spin?
I thought at one point he like wrapped his ODM gear like around one's neck and like wrapped it around to kill it.
兵長、血が止まりません。
なんだ。
俺は人類の役に立てたでしょうか。
That's what they want to do so bad.
何の役にも立てずに。
お前は十分に活躍した。これからもだ。お前の残した意志が約束しよう。俺は必ず巨人を絶滅させる。
彼はもう
最後まで聞いたのか。
きっと聞こえて
Do you
ません
think she's like a medic?
だって
リヴァイ退却だ。に北上し始めた。5年前と同じだ。
Yeah, so I think they're doing something else right now. They're in another
壁が破壊されたか。
like city or something.
Does that mean this happened in multiple places? Around the wall?
That's
It
interesting. So-
never occurred to me that Titans could have broken through at multiple points.
yeah, but like we just oh my god. This is in the Titan. How is he alive right now?
こんなはずじゃ。
This kind of fits me thinking he could cut out of the stomach, though. Someone's still alive.
This is so much more fucked up than I thought it was. I thought you get tortured and eaten, then you're dead. But they have to stay alive inside the... until they die.
どうしてくそ口にしてやれ一匹残らず俺が
Look at his eyes.
So it didn't take over its body. Did it grow out of his lost arm? Like, was that the arm that came out of it?
His arm was reaching up, you're right. And then the arm's what came out of the mouth.
Why are its eyes like that?
He's talking. That fits the conscious conversation we were having.
Were any of the other, like, really big ones, like the Armored or Colossal, were their eyes glowing?
No. Well, I don't remember for the Armored. I don't.
This is him now waking up. Did we miss something?
聞いたか殺してやるって言ったんだああ確かに聞こえた何言ってんだ
So they do know? Do they know what happened?
Was there a tattletale?
俺たちに向けられてるのか
It doesn't seem like he remembers, right?
で俺を見る
I don't like this guy from episode 5. He sucked.
何なんだ
Does that mean other people saw him change, like, come out of the neck of that Titan?
To recapture Wall Maria by establishing survey points. It's so maybe what we saw them do earlier, we're trying to, like, recapture areas.
Gotcha.
ミカサはジャンたちと一緒に遅れてきたと思ったんだが
まさかミカサは負傷でもしたのか
おい俺たちには守秘義務が課せられた守秘義務
They've been ordered to keep it a secret.
すぐに人類全体に知れ渡るだろう
Look at all of them.
Are there like spikes on the wall?
To make sure they can't climb it or something?
ここが人類と巨人の最前線であり
しかし前衛を務めた仲間の安否が気になりますハンネス隊長と共に
He sounds so brave right now.
Captain Hans.
訓練兵をしていると聞きました彼らも前衛に
ああ強い子たちだそれぞれが生き抜く術を持っている一人
This guy's like become one of my favorite characters in this show.
強靭な精神力そしてもう一人は無事だ必ず生きている並びにどう仲間があるねると貴様らの命の所有を問わせてもらう
What they're doing right now is treason?
直ちに榴弾をぶち込むためらうつもりはない人か巨人か
その質問は何なんだその目は
It doesn't seem like he has any memory of it, right?
言うのか
I didn't think this is where this episode was gonna go.
そんな意味がわかりません
化け物めもう一度やってみろ正体を表す暇など与えん
正体
なんだお前が巨人の体内から姿を現す瞬間をなたとえ貴様らが王より授けられし訓練兵の一部であってもリスクの早期排除は妥当だ私は間違っていない
He doesn't seem like he truly believes that his thinking's correct.
これ以上
I hate this dude.
相手に躊躇なく榴弾をぶち込めろ
He seems like a coward.
確かに
今なら簡単です奴が人間に化けている間にバラしちまえば
Pretends to be human.
肉を削ぎ落とすことです必要に迫られればいつでも披露しますこの特技を体験したい方がいれば一番先に近づいてきてください
波の兵士100と10日です
She's worth 100 other
人類にと
soldiers.
っての大損害です
Nikas is such a badass, bro.
人と戦ってどうするこの誰が相手であろうとエレンが殺されるのは阻止するもう状況がわからないから けが伝染しているんだ。
俺が巨人じゃないと思っているのは俺だけが。なんだって、巨人の体内から俺が出てきた。あれは夢じゃなかったのか。この服のない部分は腕が生えたってことだぞ。
もう一度問う。貴様の正体は何だ。
とにかく答えを間違えるな。
What do you say?
I have no clue. I keep trying to think of things he could say.
お前らと同じ
A human?
人間です。
I don't think that's what he wants to hear, though.
そうか。仕方ないことだ。ことを証明できないのだから。
エレン、アルミン、上に逃げる。
エレン、ずっと秘密にしていた地下室を見せてやろう。
Goddamn key.
この鍵をずっと肌身離さず持っているんだ。見るたびに思い出せ。
Every time you see it,
お前が地下室に行かなくては
remember that you
ならない
must go to the basement!
この注射のせいで今
Impair your memory.
ウォールマリアを奪還して必ず地下室にたどり着くんだ。この力はその時役に立つはずだ。
He gave him it!
使い方は彼らの記憶が教えてくれるだろう。
Their memories will tell you how to use it.
みんなを救いたいなら支配しなくてはならない。やったか。
Is that all bones? Oh my god, this is gross. What? It's bones?
They're in it.
He basically became like a shield for them with his rib cage.
How?
Why didn't he become fully fleshy?
Back to the discussion. He bit himself. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, that was episode 9 of season 1 of Attack on Titan. I'm sorry, I'm writing. So he bit himself. There was lightning. And then he like a quarter became that again. Like no legs, just like rib cage and up and bony.
Well, in the flashback, his dad said you have to master it. So maybe he wasn't able to like fully do it.
I feel like I need to like watch that like scene like frame by frame.
Frame by frame.
Ah, Sachi.
I know, she was messing with me too.
What the heck, dude? I'm so confused. Take back wall
Maria.
and reach the basement.
この力は
So he's conscious when this happens.
この時役
We
に
didn't know that, I don't think.
立つはずだ。
Right.
使い方は
So I think
What-
we kind of saw that, right?
Yeah.
That angle.
This is what is that? Like,
だろう。
okay,
The trees,
trees.
because he's in the woods. What was... Did you see there was like hand?
That. It looks like him sleeping, I guess?
Yeah.
I guess it's just the scene, right? There's so many quick cuts that I didn't know.
You thought there might be like a hidden Easter egg or something in there.
I don't know, man. I'm so confused. Okay, and now I want to see like what happened when he actually became that.
使い方は
So they're getting fired at, right?
Yeah. So as soon as he bit himself, lightning.
Blood, then lightning.
Well, that's the arm he stretched up.
There was
was
obviously
the one that was...
yeah, and the
cut
cut off,
off,
so there's
so
blood
blood.
there. And then lightning. Lightning was when the colossal
The
one
Colossal
appeared,
shows
right?
up. There's a lightning bolt. I don't know if there is one for the Armored Titan, though.
Is that a visual or is that happening? Can the rest of the characters see the lightning?
We know that the Titans are really hot. Like, there's a lot of heat coming off of them.
And, okay, so that happened. What? Their memories will tell you how to use it?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Shadow Imperial memory. Where? So if the cannons were fired, it didn't seem like when he was the Titan before, he was regenerating. So maybe it's like the instant he takes damage, it stops like the transformation. So that's why he wasn't like fully like.
I was thinking maybe it's because he was so tired. He couldn't
That
move.
true.
He still like couldn't move, and that's why Mikasa had to pick him up. So I'm thinking maybe it's like an exhaustion thing, and he hasn't mastered it. Whatever it is.
What is their memories will tell you how to use it?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Who's they?
it's like I see a shot being injected into him. His dad, very clearly, at least to me, it seems like gave him this ability.
Yeah.
Is it like we thought maybe he was it was a massive basement and he had kept Titans down there? Is it like he extracts like some memories of every Titan ever, and then like their experience of being a Titan would help him know how to do it? I don't understand that their memories will tell you how to use it.
At first, when it said, I was like, Mikasa and Armin? I was like, they don't have memories of this. They've never been to the basement. But, like, I guess it's a they we don't know of.
Yeah.
Or we can't think of who the they would be. But there's a they that know things and have memories.
This happened after their mother was killed. The shot. And it seemed like he only did it for the sake of getting this basement back, right?
This basement is of the utmost importance.
That you are going to turn your son into something that could potentially get him killed in order to get there.
And the area where their house was is still overrun. And
Yeah.
that's where the survey group was, correct?
We don't know if it was
Or,
like right there. but,
Right
like,
there, not by the basement.
they were
specifically,
retaking
but they were
land.
trying to retake that area. It's just so funny that when we first got into this episode and when we were about to watch it, we were like, oh, I wonder if there's gonna be a tattletale or someone's gonna say this happened. They saw this happen with Eren. It never crossed my mind that a bunch of other people would have witnessed him change back, because it didn't really appear like there were tons of other people around. It seemed like most people had died except for like the main kind of group.
I think that's what happened. From like, I'm pretty sure that only that main group saw them, and once they were returned, they probably mentioned it and then told them they couldn't talk about it. And then this happened.
I don't know, because I thought some of the soldiers that were looking at him with swords pointed, said they saw it.
Oh.
And they were all kind of looking at him like they saw it. I mean, that fear, I feel like they wouldn't have that fear unless they had actually maybe witnessed it themselves.
Maybe. I didn't see that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if it's just like they'd have to quickly get over to where he was, right? Mm-hmm. Their memories is going to irritate the crap out of me until we figure out what that means. Same with like when it was talking about the key, and it was like, whenever you see this key, don't forget about the basement. I felt like he was talking to me. Like I was like, yeah, I know. Whenever I see
he
that
hasn't forgotten
key,
about the basement this whole time. We even were wondering where the key was, because obviously Eren had it under his shirt, but we thought maybe we'd be able to see it throughout some of the other episodes.
So it looked like it was. So my whole thought of him like taking over the Titan was gone, right? The visual looked like his arm pointing up to cut off, and then it turned into the Titan's arm.
It's like it grew around him.
Yeah.
Or he grew, but technically he couldn't have grown into it when his body was literally like wrapped around the spine of it. So it's not like his body transformed into it.
That's
it's like it wrapped itself.
okay.
But except for that form that we just saw. You don't see him right here, right?
We didn't see him.
It's kind of just a sinewy head with a rib cage.
Was he with Mikasa and Armin still?
No.
That's what. So we don't know if he's in the back of it.
We don't know if he's in the back. I
Yeah.
guess there is a neck technically for that, like a rib cage Titan.
Yeah, because there's a head.
But so.
But no,
gross. Oh
that
my
makes sense though. So I had like when watching it, I was like, did he quickly turn into the Titan and then eat them to like keep them safe? But if it like forms around him, that makes that makes more sense to how Mikasa and Armin like are where they are in relation to the Titan. I
mean, they had to have seen something for him to be so willing to even kill Mikasa, who the guy next to him was like, she's worth 100 of our people.
Well, he just seems like a bitch, to be honest.
He seems like he's just... I mean, the whole time that we've seen little blips of him, I have not liked him as a character. That captain, whatever he is. Just never liked him.
Yeah, I don't like him at all.
I don't really think he thought this through properly either. Like, that's not an interrogation at all. You're gonna, like, do you not even fathom that someone turning into something could mean they don't have any memory of it? I don't know. Like, and also, you would want to experiment on them possibly, even though that's messed up, to understand how and why this happened, and could it happen to other people, and are there more threats out there that they don't know about? It just seems like this whole situation was very rash on his part, out of fear. Like, we need to eliminate this thing that we just saw, whatever happened, we don't understand it. And he's willing to kill other humans next to that thing.
We know he's not, like, the most in charge person, you know?
I kept waiting for, like, someone else higher up to show up and stop him, or say something to him about the circumstance. I kept waiting for that. I even thought, as soon as, like, the key and, like, the flashbacks of Aaron's dad, I was like, what if Aaron's dad shows up? You know? He's a well-respected doctor.
Well, I don't know.
Not that could, like, change the military and what they're doing, but...
I don't know where his dad is. I'm really concerned for him now. I'm thinking that he might be, like, gone. Like, dead or something, because... he's crying in this flashback, right? In year 845. This happens before their training. It happens in this time span that we never got to see. After they escaped, randomly in the woods somehow, and then he woke up, like, safe with Mikasa, right? So, I don't know when this takes place, but him crying, too, it makes me feel like it was, like, a... he's on the run kind of thing, because we saw him being chased, like, or not being chased, but, like, running with the horse and carriage. And then this happens. And
you could be right about that. I also was just thinking what was stopping Aaron from getting a cut and this happening to him sooner? You know, maybe it had to be some big monumental emotional moment for it to trigger it. But if it just needed his blood, then I'm not sure what would keep it from happening. Obviously, because like you said, this happened years ago.
So maybe it's like a will thing. I mean, right before he turned into it for the first time, or it wrapped around him for the first time, he was like explaining like how like he wanted to still kill all the Titans. He wanted to kill every last one of them. Then that happened. This time he was so passionate about like saving Armin and Mikasa and remembering what happened. He also said something about that wasn't a dream. Like, so maybe he does kind of remember himself in the Titan, and it just seems like a dream to him.
And I remember him kind of waking up and finding the key, and Mikasa being like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about, kind of thing. And I kept thinking maybe she did know a little bit more.
But if it impairs their memory, does that mean Mikasa was given a shot?
Maybe. He did say that whatever he was, like, doing impairs their memory. So maybe... because, like, when he woke up, Mikasa didn't have any memory. And I'm like, Mikasa would have known if Aaron went off somewhere.
Exactly.
Or if something happened to him. So maybe her memory was also impaired.
So I have the shot where... the scene with the shot pulled up that says their memories will tell you how to use it. That is going to murder me, man. Like, whose memory... like, okay, their memories will tell you how to use it. Does that imply that there is people who know more about the Titans, people who have been in a similar situation before? Does that mean that there are people who like maybe as Armin's grandfather or parents had that book of history, maybe when the Titans first appeared, people wrote down certain things about them, and then that's like an injection of like just knowledge and like their historical records, their memories that way.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was historical records that were also taboo and not allowed. It seems like the higher up in the king kind of handpicked what they wanted kind of society to believe and learn in order to kind of keep everyone, you know, not wanting to venture out into the world. So maybe maybe he has books down there. Maybe he has things down there that are forbidden.
Why? Yeah, okay, that makes sense why he wouldn't, like, go to the king or the government to tell them the utmost important stuff is in his basement, because maybe they would want to hide it.
Right, they might not want to use it, whatever it is.
So his son would have to go get it because he's not connected to them.
So that just makes you think there's even more shady stuff happening higher up.
Yeah. We met, okay, I could talk about that for like 2 hours, bro. We met, Sachi.
Sachi, you're on a very important
was
notebook.
it Erwin or Levi, the cool one, who looked like who seemed like Eren, but like...
Oh, wanting to kill all the Titans? Levi.
Okay. Because he was talking like, I'm gonna kill all the Titans.
Yeah, it was very, like, parallel to how Eren talks about them.
But his, like, skill, that's like,
He was twisting, he was cutting, like, literal chunks.
That's like somebody just, like, being able to ride or stand on a skateboard versus somebody who can do, like, all these tricks on a skateboard. Or, you know, like, it's... kind of shows you like what the best of the best can do with ODM gear, which is nuts. He seemed cool. I liked him when he was like talking to that person who obviously really respected him, who was dying.
It didn't feel like a front or a lie either, which made me start to really like that character. Because it didn't seem like he was saying this fluff in order to make the person die peacefully. It sounded like he was really... And he even turned to the girl Petra.
Yeah, Petra.
And was like, do you think he heard me everything I had to say? And I was like...
That made me, like, for a second consider it was like he was saying this to make sure he could go out in peace.
Yeah, but I think when I was first bringing it up, I think I was insinuating that it was really actually fake.
Yeah.
What he was saying. I mean, there's like... Everything you're saying is true, and you really want him to hear it before he dies. You really want him to hear it before he dies, so he dies peacefully. Mm-hmm. And what you're saying is a lie. You know, there's like 3 kind of steps to that.
Yeah,
of what it could have been.
Regardless, if it's hard to believe that one person's death would, you know, like...
They could have been friends.
Sure, I just mean what the guy actually said. Like, he was like, does this help? Like, was my death, like, meaningless kind of thing? Mm-hmm. And regardless if, like, how you look at it, and even if Levi was, like, truly believes that every death counts, which is, like, awesome. Like, every death, like, counts towards their goal of victory. Like, even if that wasn't, he didn't believe that, if he told that to somebody on their deathbed to just give them more closure, that's still freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, he knows what to say. I mean, especially if you know someone's literally about to die, you would say something to them that would, like, help them go, you know, in a nice, peaceful way, where they don't feel like they have any regrets or they've left anything behind. And I think what he said was really great in that moment.
He was a badass.
Yeah, it was really cool.
We've never seen, I don't think, anybody as skilled with, like, how they move and, like he, like, shoved the blades into his eyes, stood on top of his head just chilling for a second, and then killed him. We've never seen anything like that. So it's like, he seems, unless the people in the military police are even better than that, like the military police seemingly would want someone like him, right?
Didn't they say something like these were actually the real geniuses or
the
real best people that were in this specific group? One thing that you brought up, the eye thing, him sticking the gear into the Titan's eyes.
Yeah.
It made me think, and I think I said something while it happened. I was like, why did none of the other Titans seem to react by getting blown by a cannon, and they just keep crawling? They don't seem like they get hurt.
That
but
one
like
did.
that one seemed like it was hurt. And I
Yeah.
wonder if it was because the eyeballs are just a more sensitive area to them.
That's
or
a
something.
great point.
Because they literally crawl even though half of them are gone. They don't scream in pain, you know?
This
Well,
one
we haven't
literally
seen it yet. It literally was like, you know? And
it's literally like screaming about it.
it literally is acting like a human would if that happened to them. And I found that really weird because I
Why?
hadn't really seen
Have we
that
seen
sort
a
of
Titan
behavior.
get hit in the eye before?
Not in the eye, but we've just seen them get hurt. And I
Yeah.
just haven't seen that behavior of actually acting like they feel pain.
So, so that could be another weakness, right?
Yeah, that could be another weakness. Which would be good to know another weakness other than the neck. Because it's good to blind them and then do it. That's awesome.
Who's abnormal girl? This chick with glasses is freaking me out, bro. It's
Her
okay, I won't
her
hurt you.
personality is fun. I kind of can't wait to get to know her better as a character.
It's okay, I won't hurt you.
JK.
Fast forward 5 seconds, I'm gonna kill you. What the hell? And you're right, it's not just like a slice. It's like they carve it out.
They're literally taking like watermelon chunks
If you
out.
did that to Eren when he was the Titan, would that kill Eren?
We did. Remember when we first found out that he was like in there somehow?
Yeah.
We thought to ourselves, what if someone had attacked him? Would it have literally killed Eren because he was in the neck?
But that was when I thought that they just slice it like a straight line across the neck. But if they do like a chunk like that, it almost feels like they would cut out the chunk that the person's in and then like just separate them from the body without killing them. Because there's that huge chunk of like flesh that the
It
person
is a
could be
pretty
in,
big
right?
chunk, yeah.
And
What was his name?
This
we
is
also got
Erwin, I think.
Erwin.
Erwin, I think. Sachi's on my
Can we
notebook.
talk about how Hans seemed so kind of
Hans is a
courageous?
badass, bro.
And I feel like he's kind of grown up in terms of his courage. Obviously, he was always an adult, but it seems like he's definitely become a lot more. I mean, obviously, he's also had to live a few years of understanding that there are going to be Titans breaching the walls now. So I was really impressed by him, honestly, and how he was speaking to the other people on the wall with him.
Yeah.
And also how he was speaking about the kids. The 3 of them. He even said each one of them has a survival skill.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I love that the 3 basically main characters, the main 3 friends, each have a different thing to bring to the table that is their key to survival. I love that.
Yeah. In the interaction that Erwin and Levi had, it seemed like they would be retreating, pulling back to go to where all the action is happening, like with our main cast. Do they show up next, like to either take back what we just lost or to like interact with the situation that's going on right now, like with Eren, Armin, and
Think
Mikasa?
about it this way. If they're possibly in the area where the house is, in that same kind of area that's already been run by Titans, and Eren's trying to maybe escape that way, I don't know if he'll be able to fully pull together his form or something to go that way. That's what I thought he was gonna try to do, but then he turned into the ribcage. I thought maybe they'd both kind of converge on one point, but honestly, this was not. I was thinking it would be a secret for a while.
Yeah.
That they all would keep it a secret what they saw.
This shot of like
I know.
Eren reaching up
his eyes too.
and it like pulling out, and I'm like, why are they showing us this like throat? And then it's like smash cut to like the actual. Oh my
freaking
god,
awesome.
that was. Ugh.
I'm wondering. I was thinking there might be more people inside that other one that weren't completely dead, but there seemed like there was only one person.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't seem like they fully chew them or even bite them in half all the time.
His eyes are mad glowy, bro.
Very green.
I don't have any answers. I have so many questions. Petra was the girl there who Levi asked if he could hear her, and then I asked, or hear him, and I asked if she was like a medic kind of person.
I wouldn't be, and that's a great like thing to bring up. They haven't discussed there being people who were medics, but it would make sense to me. If you're sending any team out to a place that might be dangerous, you should always send someone who has some form of medical knowledge.
Why does this one glasses chick want to see the abnormal?
I think there's always just like a crazy person that likes to know more and have more knowledge.
She sees Eren.
She's gonna be obsessed with Eren. If he survives, obviously.
If that is how next episode opens, and it's like...
She's gonna be like, don't you dare kill him! And she's gonna like jump in front. This isn't abnormal, you can't kill him!
Yeah, and then turn around 10 seconds later and kill him. Like, she seems like so back and forth, like, I would never kill you, Titan, and then kills the Titan.
That Titan wasn't abnormal.
Yeah, but she still said to him that she wasn't gonna kill him.
She was probably checking first to see if he was, and then she killed him because he wasn't cool. Maybe that's what she does. She'll be like, no, I won't kill you.
Okay,
oh, wait, you're boring.
Why are abnormals abnormal? Like, what happens to them?
It's probably just the same thing as any animal, kind of.
It's like a shiny in Pokemon.
it is like that in Pokemon, yeah. But I think with every like kind of animal species, there's always some form of like genetic mutations, or I don't know, just different things happen to make someone or a creature be slightly different than the others. So I guess that's just the same thing with Titans, thinking about them like they're in the animal kingdom.
Bruh, I kinda, even though I didn't want to see it, I really wanted to see Mikasa kill all of them.
Yeah, but then she really would have been arrested for treason.
Yeah.
I mean, like, fight back. If someone's about to kill you,
Armin really does remind me of Tails from Sonic, bro. He's smart. He's yellow.
That's all you need. You don't need any more than that. So, what do you think next episode? Where do you think it's going?
Man, I don't know.
We're gonna get to the basement anytime soon?
I don't know. This show is the hardest show. I can talk about like these like obscure big questions that I have, but when it comes to trying to figure out what happens next episode, I thought we skipped an episode for a second here. Once we showed up and they were surrounded, I have no idea. We could be 5 years in the future next episode. I don't know.
There was a cut to, I think it was when Jean was talking, to like Mikasa, Armin, and Eren being put in like a thing and kind of taken there. And I wish it had been like a longer shot for me to really understand how they got there. Because when we first opened into the show, I was like, wait, why are we here? How'd they get there? Why are they cornered?
It seemed like they retreated to the wall that's still intact. They dropped down a basket, put like all the people left in it, and then pulled it back up, and then dropped it back on the other side. And that's where they are now. I don't know, man. It was interesting that we got a little more of the scout squad in the first part of the episode, though.
These are different. Is the survey people different than the scout regiment? Or are they part of the scout regiment?
I think the scout are the people who survey.
Ah.
They go into the Titan's land. Which went right when they said that, I was like, what does the Titan's land look like? And I'm like, oh, Titan territory. And I'm like, okay, Titan territory is just the rest of the world. Like it's not, like, I had, like, a vision of them being, like, a forest colony kind of thing. And I'm like, nope, that's just every place that the Titans have taken over.
Yep. Because, like, it's hard to fully remember all the time that this really is a giant enclosure. When we were first opened into, like, the first episode, there were fields, there were houses, there were cities, you know. We saw that one lord, and he had this flower garden that stretched for miles. So there really is a lot of land. There was even mountain towns inside. Remember, like, we have a few characters who were from these more mountain villages. Like, there is a lot of territory within these walls, and it kind of, I forget about that, and I really think of just the cities as being the main places that people live.
Yeah.
And so I keep thinking, and so, like, that shot of them, the survey people all going out, I was like, wow, they're leaving the walls and there are some houses out there. And then I kind of thought again to myself, I was like, oh, wait, I'm sure there are areas inside the walls that look like that.
I get what you mean. I wonder, have we gotten, and we just missed it, like an actual, like, mile radius? Like, how many square miles is in this
If we did,
circle?
it might have been on one of the maps of the walls, and it might not have been translated.
Yeah, before we switched from Funimation to Crunchyroll.
Okay, that's all I have to talk about with that. Honestly, the crying of the father when he gave the injection, I attribute that to the fact that you're literally injecting your terrified child with something that is going to possibly turn them into a monster.
It doesn't seem like possibly. It seems like
That's
definitely. And why is he able to do this? Why can he...
He's more
Why
than
is
just
the
a
power
doctor.
in
He's
this
a
hand-
mad
in his hand?
scientist.
And he has like a vial for it, right? This man...
The shot impairs the memory, but the shot is also something else. It's not just a shot that just does that.
Maybe it is.
Or maybe it is. Maybe there was some other thing he did to Eren that we weren't shown.
Maybe
And-
the shot is just their memories.
Who are they? What are your memories?
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.